If you're a woman over 60, these 6 simple morning habits could be silently damaging your health and maybe putting you at risk for serious conditions like heart failure, kidney strain, high blood pressure, dangerous muscle loss, or even cognitive decline. What feels like a normal start to the day, skipping water, grabbing your phone, skipping breakfast, can actually set off a cascade of stress and inflammation inside your body. Over time, these patterns don't just make you tired or moody. They can slowly chip away at your strength, drain your mental clarity, weaken your immune system, and age you faster than you think. As a doctor who's worked with hundreds of older women, I can tell you this: small choices in the morning often lead to big consequences later in life. But here's the good news: every one of these habits is changeable. And when you replace them with healthier, more mindful routines, you can give your body the support it needs to stay strong, balanced, and full of life. In this video, we'll break down the 6 morning mistakes most women over 60 don't even realize they're making, and how to fix them before they turn into something far more serious. You wake up. The sunlight peeks through your curtains. Your body stirs, your mind slowly returns from sleep. And yet, before anything else, your hand reaches for coffee, not water. It seems innocent. After all, it's just a cup of coffee, warm, comforting, familiar. But inside your body, something very different is happening. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is thirsty. Every single cell in you has gone through a night of repair, a night of silent labor, and by morning, they are crying out for hydration. But instead of answering that call, many older women rush into the day dehydrated, unknowingly setting off a dangerous chain reaction. You see, when you're over 60, your body's water content is already lower than in your younger years. Your kidneys don't function quite as efficiently, and your sense of thirst becomes less accurate. What this means is simple but alarming. If you ignore hydration first thing in the morning, you are accelerating the wear and tear on your heart, your brain, even your joints. Dehydration thickens your blood. And thick blood makes your heart work harder, increasing the risk of high blood pressure, arrhythmias, and in severe cases, stroke. Yes, just by skipping that glass of water, you're raising your chances of facing the very things you've spent a lifetime trying to avoid. It doesn't have to be this way. One glass, just one simple glass of water as you rise, can change everything. It reactivates your metabolism, it flushes out toxins your kidneys worked all night to filter, it cushions your joints, it refreshes your brain. It tells your body, I'm here. I care. I'm listening. So tomorrow, before you reach for your phone, your coffee, or your to-do list, reach for water. It's a small gesture, but in the eyes of your body, it's an act of profound kindness. Especially when you're in your 60s and beyond, these small kindnesses become your most powerful medicine. Part 2, the silent damage of self-criticism each morning. And if skipping water sounds risky, the next habit might be even more dangerous, because it doesn't just hurt your body, it drains your soul. Let me ask you this: what's the very first thought you have when you wake up in the morning? For many older women, especially after 60, it's not a gentle good morning, I made it through another night. It's more like, I look so old, or I'm not useful anymore, or worse, nobody really needs me. You may think it's just a passing thought, but your body hears everything your mind says. And over time, that inner criticism becomes poison. According to Harvard Health, starting your day with negative self-talk can spike cortisol, the stress hormone, and keep it elevated throughout the day. High cortisol levels are directly linked to heart problems, memory loss, and even weakened immunity, especially in older adults. Let that sink in. One harsh sentence to yourself can trigger a chain reaction in your body that lasts all day, even all week. WebMD cites studies showing that seniors with a more optimistic mindset tend to live up to 7 years longer than those who constantly think negatively. So here's the truth no one tells you enough: the way you speak to yourself in the morning matters more than you think. Instead of letting your first thought be about what's wrong, let it be about what's right. Say to yourself, this body has carried me through decades. It's been through storms and still stands tall. I'm grateful it's still here. It's not about being fake positive. It's about choosing words that heal instead of harm. A few seconds of kindness to yourself in the morning can reduce blood pressure, ease anxiety, and help your brain release chemicals that boost focus and calm. So, if you've spent years waking up only to criticize yourself, it's time to stop. That's not humility, that's slow self-destruction. You deserve better. Your body, your mind, your heart, they all deserve a little compassion. And the best part? You don't need anyone else to give it to you. You can start giving it to yourself every single morning. Now that we've tackled the mental habits that quietly hurt your health, let's talk about the next morning mistake, the one that robs your energy and breaks down your muscles faster than aging ever could. Part 3, Skipping Breakfast, the fastest way to lose energy and muscle. Now, let's talk about something that might sound harmless, but could be draining your strength day after day. Skipping breakfast. So many women tell me, I'm just not hungry in the morning, or I used to skip breakfast and be fine. But after 60, your body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. What once felt like a harmless habit can now set off a chain of problems, starting with fatigue, but eventually leading to muscle loss, blood sugar crashes, and even increased risk of falls. According to the Cleveland Clinic, breakfast helps stabilize your blood sugar and gives your muscles the fuel they need to stay strong. And here's something most people don't know, women over 60 lose up to 1% of their muscle mass every year if they don't get enough protein and calories, and skipping breakfast only speeds that up. Why does that matter? Because muscles aren't just for strength. They support your heart, your bones, your balance. They keep you from falling and breaking a hip. Healthline points out that skipping your first meal of the day can also trigger cravings later on, which often leads to unhealthy snacking and unstable energy levels throughout the day. And let's be honest, no one feels truly sharp, focused, or steady when running on empty. Ever wonder why your hands shake more now, or why you feel dizzy when you stand up too fast? Sometimes, it's not age, it's low blood sugar caused by not eating in the morning. But here's the good news, you don't need a huge breakfast. Just something light but nourishing, like a boiled egg, some oatmeal, half an avocado, or even a slice of whole grain toast with almond butter. Just enough to tell your body, hey, I'm taking care of you. This small act sets the tone for your entire day. It says, I value my energy. I care about my strength. I'm still in control. So the next time you think, I'll just wait until lunch, ask yourself, am I fueling my body, or am I slowly letting it fall apart? And once you've got breakfast down, there's another habit you need to break, one that might seem innocent, but it's messing with your peace of mind before your feet even touch the floor. Part 4, Grabbing your phone first, before you even breathe. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You wake up. You open your eyes. And without even thinking, your hand reaches for the phone. Messages. News. Social media. Emails. Bad headlines. Someone else's drama. You haven't even taken a breath or stretched your legs, and already, your mind is under attack. This might sound dramatic, but it's not. According to Harvard Health, checking your phone right after waking up floods your brain with stress hormones like cortisol. And women over 60 are especially sensitive to this kind of mental overload. It messes with your mood, your focus, and your nervous system. Basically, it throws your body into a fight-or-flight state before the day even begins. You think you're just catching up. But in reality, you're sending your brain a signal, it's time to panic. And this constant stress, even low-grade, wears down your heart, disrupts your digestion, worsens your memory, and even affects your immune system. WebMD reports that chronic stress increases the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, anxiety, and depression. And when stress becomes your normal morning setting, it's harder for your body to recover from illness, harder to sleep well, and harder to feel balanced. But here's the thing, it's not about throwing away your phone. It's about reclaiming your first 5 minutes. That sacred window of calm right after you wake up, that moment is yours. Not the world's. Instead of diving into the noise, what if you just sat up slowly, placed your hand on your heart, and breathed in for a few seconds? What if you whispered something kind to yourself, like, thank you, body, for getting me through another night? You'll be amazed at how powerful it feels to start the day on your own terms. Just 5 minutes of intention can lower your stress for the next 5 hours. So tomorrow morning, when your fingers start reaching for that screen, pause. Ask yourself, is this how I want to start my day? Or do I deserve something softer, something calmer, something that belongs to me? Because trust me, your phone will still be there. But your peace? That's something you have to choose. And after reclaiming your mind, it's time to wake up your body, not with force, but with movement. Gentle, healing movement that keeps your joints, muscles, and bones alive. Part 5. Skipping morning movement and slowly losing your body's strength. Here's a hard truth. If you're over 60 and not moving your body in the morning, you're slowly giving away your strength, your balance, and your independence. And the scariest part? You might not notice it until it's too late. According to Cleveland Clinic, adults start losing muscle mass as early as their 30s, and after age 60, the process speeds up dramatically. Women can lose up to 3% of their muscle every year if they don't move regularly. And it's not just about strength, it's about life. Because less muscle means more fatigue, more risk of falling, more stiffness in your joints. And when you fall after 60, the recovery isn't just slow, it's dangerous. The CDC reports that 1 out of 5 falls leads to serious injury, like broken bones or head trauma. So no, skipping a little morning movement isn't harmless. It's a slippery slope to hospital visits, canes, and losing the ability to do what you love. But don't worry, no one's saying you need to become a gym warrior. This isn't about push-ups or squats or weights. This is about 5 or 10 minutes of gentle, loving movement that tells your body, I'm still here. I still care. Start with something as simple as stretching your arms above your head while breathing deeply. Roll your shoulders. Rotate your ankles. Stand up slowly and walk around your room or step out onto your porch. If you can, step barefoot onto the ground, reconnect with the earth, with your breath, with your presence. Healthline suggests that light movement in the morning improves blood flow, loosens stiff joints, and even boosts your mood by releasing natural feel-good chemicals in your brain. And if you make this a daily ritual, you'll notice changes. Better balance. More energy. Less pain. And most of all, the deep, empowering feeling that you are still in charge of your body. Because here's the truth, movement is medicine. And every morning you choose to move, you're choosing to stay alive, not just physically, but fully. Now that we've taken care of the body, let's take care of something even more delicate, your spirit. Part 6. Skipping emotional stillness and losing your inner peace. Every morning, the world rushes in. Messages, notifications, headlines, responsibilities. And somewhere in that storm, your spirit, your calm, your grounding, gets drowned out. But here's what most older women don't know. Skipping even just a few minutes of emotional stillness in the morning doesn't just make you feel stressed. Over time, it rewires your brain to live in survival mode. Constant worry. Frustration. That feeling like you're never fully okay. According to Harvard Health, daily stress, especially the chronic, low-level kind, increases inflammation in the body, raises blood pressure, and worsens memory and focus. Worse, it weakens your immune system, making it harder for your body to fight off everything from the common cold to chronic illness. And here's the scary part, this isn't just a mental thing. Emotional stress has been linked to a 33% higher risk of heart disease in older adults, especially women. The Mayo Clinic also confirms that stress can trigger flare-ups of conditions like arthritis, irritable bowel, and even autoimmune disease. So when you skip that moment of stillness, of simply breathing and being, you're not just rushing your day. You're building a body that's tense, inflamed, and vulnerable. But the good news? Peace is something you can practice. And it doesn't take hours of meditation or spiritual retreats. Sometimes, it's just sitting with your eyes closed for 1 minute, hand over your heart, saying, I'm safe. I'm okay. I'm grateful. It could be breathing in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, holding it for 4, and breathing out gently for 8. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and recover mode, lowering your heart rate and calming your mind. Or maybe you just sit by a window, feel the sunlight, listen to a song you love, and give yourself permission to exist, without doing anything. WebMD shares that morning mindfulness, even just 3 to 5 minutes, can significantly improve emotional resilience, lower cortisol levels, that's your stress hormone, and enhance your sense of well-being throughout the day. So if you've spent years taking care of everyone else, this is your chance to take care of you. Because you are not just a body to fix or a to-do list to finish. You are a whole, living soul. And even 5 minutes of peace in the morning can remind you of that. Final words, it's never too late to choose a better morning, a stronger you. You made it this far, through decades of life, love, loss, change, growth. Your body has carried you. Your heart has endured. Your mind has adapted. But now, every single morning you wake up is another chance to choose how you live the rest of your life. What if that started with something as simple as water before coffee? As kind as a loving thought toward yourself? As nourishing as a real breakfast? As grounding as putting the phone down? As healing as gentle movement? As sacred as one quiet breath? The truth is, changing your morning doesn't just change your day. It changes your brain, your body, your hormones, your energy, your aging, and most importantly, your quality of life. According to Cleveland Clinic, women over 60 who engage in even minor healthy morning routines, like hydration, light stretching, and mindfulness, experience up to 40% less fatigue, 25% better cognitive performance, and report a 60% greater sense of daily satisfaction. Not only that, but skipping harmful habits like negative self-talk or poor nutrition can significantly reduce your risk of depression, heart disease, and mobility decline. Let this video be your wake-up call, not the kind that buzzes you out of bed, but the kind that stirs something in your soul. Because you are not done. Not even close. You are still becoming. Still growing. Still shaping the rest of your story. And the way you spend your morning is how you build your legacy, not in giant leaps, but in quiet, deliberate acts of care. So tomorrow, before the world gets loud, before the tasks pile up, before you forget your own worth, drink the water. Say the kind word. Eat the real food. Stretch. Breathe. Be. That's not just a routine. That's a revolution, and it starts with you.